Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I will teach us how to draft a basic sleeve pattern that will fit perfectly with your armhole. Watch to the end so you do not miss out on any vital information. To know the amount of pattern paper to fold, divide your armhole by 2. Mine is 16, divided by 2 is 8, plus 1, I have 9. So my pattern paper is folded on fold. So I have 9 inches on fold, okay? We are going to take our measurements from the close edge of the pattern paper. Come down by half an inch, rule a starting line. From the starting line, mark your shoulder to elbow measurement. Mine is 12 inches. I will mark it on the other side and connect. From my shoulder to wrist is 22 inches. I will mark it on the other side. Connect the points to form a straight line. The next thing is to calculate our cap height. Our cap height is the distance. Our cap height is the distance from one shoulder to the floor of our armhole. The formula for our cap height is our bust measurement divided by 12 plus 1. My bust is 39 divided by 12 is 3.25 plus 1 inch, that is 4.25. I will go ahead and mark 4.25 as my cap height, and I will connect the points together to form a straight line. On your starting line, mark your cap height measurements. Mine is 4.25. I'm going to go ahead and mark your cap height. Mine is 4.25. I will come down by half of an inch. I will use my curve ruler to connect my starting line. Then I will use my free hand to draw a curved line to my cap height, as you see me do. I will cut it out. If you have drafted your basic bodice pattern, measure what you have on the armhole area. This is my basic bodice pattern, so I will measure what I have on my armhole area. So what I have is 9.5 inches. I will also measure 9.5 inches on that part. I will measure 9.5 inches on that part, and I will add 1 inch for seam allowance. I will go over to my round elbow divided by 2. Mine is 11.5 divided by 2 is plus 1 inch for seam allowance. My round wrist is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 plus 1 inch for seam allowance. Go ahead and measure yours. I will connect the points together and cut it out. I did not add any seam allowance to the length of the sleeve. I will do that when I'm cutting my fabric. We are done cutting our long sleeve. I will label it long. Let's move to the short sleeve pattern. My pattern paper is folded into two. To know the amount of pattern paper to fold, divide your armhole measurement by 2 plus 1. Mine is 16 divided by 2 is 8 plus 1. I have 9 inches. I have 9 inches on fold. Come down by half an inch. Rule a straight line, and that's also our starting line. From the starting line, mark your shoulder to the length of your short sleeve. Mine is 8 inches. I will mark the same thing on the other side. Connect the points to form a straight line. The next thing we are going to do is mark our cap height. Mine is 4.25. I will also mark the same thing on the other side. Connect the points together to form a straight line. And I'm going to divide my armhole measurement by 2. Then on your starting line, mark your cap height measurement. Mine is 4.25. I will come down by half an inch, like I did on the front part, on this long sleeve part. I will use my curve ruler to connect to my starting line. Then I will use my free hand to draw a curved line to my cap height, as you see me do. And then I will cut it out. The next thing I will do is to confirm my armhole measurements on that part, like I did on the long sleeve. I will measure what I have on my armhole, and I'm going to mark the same thing on that part of the sleeve, okay? Measure yours and do the same. I will mark that same 9.5 on that part plus 1 inch seam allowance. On my sleeve length, I will measure my short round sleeve divided by 2. Mine is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 plus 1 inch, that's 8.5. And then I will cut it out. The next thing we are going to do is to divide our armhole by 2. And I will mark what I have on the middle of the sleeve. As you see me do, I'm going to mark the mid part of the sleeve. I will come down by half an inch. And I will use my curve ruler to connect to the edge of the sleeve. And I will use my free hand to curve it down to the armhole. The reason we are cutting the sleeve this way is to avoid bulges at the armhole area after attaching it to the blouse. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And we are doing this on the upper sleeve. I'm not cutting them together, it's just one part of the sleeve. Okay, just the upper sleeve I am cutting out, as you can see. I will do the same thing on my long sleeve. I will place my short sleeve on my long sleeve, mark the middle of the sleeve. I will come down by half an inch. Use my curve ruler to connect to the starting line, as you see me do. Now I will use my free hand to draw a curved line to my cap height. I will cut it out. And remember, we are cutting just the upper sleeve. Just the upper sleeve. Don't cut them together. Raise it up and cut it up. Cut the upper sleeve gradually. So guys, we are done drafting our long and short sleeve pattern. I'm going to label these shorts. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. I will see you in my next tutorial.